What is up, guys? Welcome back to another awesome episode of Railroads Online. My name is Evil One, and in this episode, we are here at the freight depot, our awesome freight depot. I did a little bit of cleanup. I'll be honest with you, this is actually the second time I have filmed this, and the first time I actually did all this work. And when I went to edit it, I realized that there was intermittent audio and intermittent video, and I don't know why, but I think I got it sorted out. At least it's working now anyway. So I removed all the little markers off the round table, and I was going to actually add a bumper to the ends of these, and I actually started kind of putting them along here for every single one of these. But we were getting these little flashing bits like this, only on a much larger scale over here on this side. So I just opted to not have the bumpers out here, and we'll just have to be very careful. So the flashing I have a real hard time with, especially if there's a whole bunch. So that was the thing. The other thing I did was I came over here, and there was a switch right here. It was really close to this track here, and I didn't like it. It was it didn't look right. And it was actually for this line right here, and it switched into this line. And then it had another line going straight. And the line that was here just kind of came up to this little curve and then stopped with a bumper. And I wasn't too sure of the reason behind this line. I'm still not. I think it was just to fill the space. So I'm fine with leaving it blank. It's not a big deal to me. So I'd rather have it be blank than have a switch sitting where it shouldn't be. It just looked kind of weird. So the next thing I did was backed up this bumper here. It was sitting in this deck right here, and again, it looked weird. It didn't look realistic, so I just backed it up a little bit, and I think that'll work just fine. The next thing I did was actually remove a switch that was right here inside the deck, and I believe it was like right in this area, and it was weird. You know, it worked because there's no physics in this deck, and also so it was a switch for like a bypass lane that kind of went over here. And again, I don't really know the reason for it, so I just simply eliminated it. I don't know how often we're actually going to use this side, so I'm not sure how we're going to use it either, and this loop here might get redesigned anyway. So I do like this yard over here, and I understand that we have to try and get out of the yard at one end, but maybe we can redesign this a little bit. So, but that's not the point of today's episode. Today's episode is actually, we're going to try and get to the smelter. I got some problems though, so I ran into with my last little bit. Again, with the audio issues and with the video cutting out and stuff. So let's pop over to the sawmill really quick. Alright, here we are at the sawmill. I actually have our new locomotive trial hooked up to the log cars, the skeleton cars. It's probably very cold. Oh, 19%. Oop, we want to put a little bit of firewood in them though. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and enter it. So one thing I did over here is I moved this track over a little bit. Before it was right up against the dock here, and while it was loading these beams onto the stake flat cars, it didn't look right. So I bumped this over a little bit, and now it's much better. That was one thing I did. Let's go reverser forward, brake off, cylinder cocks open. Toot toot. Turn cylinder cocks off, get all that water out of the steam chests. Let's take a look at something that I did a little bit different. Put a switch right here. 45 crossover. And I put a three-way switch right here. And following along with Tidmouth's plan that he kind of does in his world, I put a telegraph office here, and I'll do that at all the major junctions that I remember to do that at. Alright, so we'll go full brake. And so now we have a loop that goes and gets beams and then heads right back to the freight depot down this line. I did that because I realized that all the industries to the south of us actually need beams and lumber as well. So I went ahead and just added that in. So we're going to go reverser, back, brake off, and we'll head back to the sawmill. Alright, as we pull into the sawmill here, this is the reason I have this log train actually hooked up here, is because this is what I use for testing, and I've tested all of this track over here, and it took a little bit of trial and error to get it to where I won't derail. There is some spicy areas that if you go too fast you run the risk of derailment, mostly around this 45 crossover. I'm not in love with it, but it is functional. I haven't derailed in quite a while. I haven't run a lot of trains, but I have done some testing here. So, and where I was derailing the most was actually coming this way, where it kind of straightens out and then curves again, would rock the cars and they would kind of fall off and whatnot here. Okay, so with that being said, let's pop over to the Railroads Online Extended tool to take a look at the map, because we have some discussion to cover there. Okay, so this is the Railroads Online Extended tool. You can see this little blue house looking thing. That's me. End game, this is live, a live view. Here's trial. We just parked. So you can see this new line goes just like that, and it comes down to this three-way like that. And so let's travel down here and take a look at the top-down view of our awesome yard. So this is that switch that I eliminated right there with that line that is now missing, and the switch that was right here with this little line that went down here, and it tied back in to this line. And of course I cleaned up around the table there, and that's really about it. So the reason I brought you over here is because I did this. My thought process is we need to get over to the smelter. And the smelter, of course, is up here. And my initial thought was we're going to have this line right here, follow this around. This line right here, tie into it with a three-way, along with this guy. And then, zoom out. And then they would go through the saddle and find some unique way of going down to the smelter. That's the easy way of doing things. That's the most efficient way of doing things, and I don't like it. I would much rather come up here, go through this little saddle. It looks like there's a little saddle right here. It's got some elevation, and then come through this canyon here. And I've seen other people do this. In fact, Tidmouth showed me a video of his after we toured his map. He went ahead and built his line through here, and I liked it, but maybe it would make some changes. I'm not sure. I've seen people, they would come through here and they would like follow this down a little bit, maybe right through here, cross the canyon, circle this way, and go down in elevation as they do this, and then come down one of these walls here, and then maybe come down this way and come into the smelter. So that's kind of what I was thinking. That makes the most amount of sense to me. I've never actually gone through here before. Season 1 of the Ramblin' Railroad, we avoided this canyon. So my initial thought, what I was doing when I realized I had the audio issues, was I wanted to actually put a switch in right here and do kind of this thing. Come off of here, and then we come over here and come up this way. And then come off right here, circle around, tie into it, and go up this way. But this is actually a 1% grade. Toltree, when he made this line, it's on a slight downhill, and I was having a very hard time placing switches on gradients. So I came up here to where it was flat, and I put in a switch, and I just kind of made this here. And I honestly, I don't like it. I don't like this switch. I prefer it coming down to one lane and then having a switch here or something like that. But then I got to looking at it, and it's like, why don't we just come over here? Maybe put in a switch right here, so the main line would come down this way, come way down, tie in here, you'd stay on this outside loop, kick off, start climbing an elevation, and just start going up right here. It might be a little bit better to start it here at the logging camp. But then I was thinking, how are you going to get back? Like if you're coming down the hill from the smelter, and say you need cordwood, that's on this loop here. You need cordwood. So you're going to come in, wherever this line is, you're going to tie into it here, you're going this way, you're going this way. Where do you get onto that loop? You'd have to stop and back up and come this way, and then back up, pull forward, and then back up all the way back to the smelter, or back up and come this way and then maybe go forward. No, because you're going to be facing the wrong direction. So you see there's some issues with my plan here, and I don't know exactly how to fix that. I like the idea of having one coming off here, but how do we get into this inner loop? I'm not sure yet. Okay, maybe we come down, and instead of tying into this main line, which we would still have, we would have another switch maybe right here, right before it, that kicks off this way and has another loop right here. And what that would do, well, let's see here. Okay, so this is actually a screenshot that I just took of the map, and this will allow me to draw. So if we have a switch, say right here, and it goes up, and that goes to the smelter. That's an arrow right there. This is highly inspired by Tidmouth, by the way. So if we're coming back, we come on this main line, we're coming down. Let's change the color here. We'll do blue pen. So red's leaving, blue's coming back. So we're coming back this way. And we come down the main line. We're coming down. We stop like here. We back up after flipping the switch. Come around. We get loaded with cordwood. It doesn't matter if we go forward or back, we just start going. We come this way, we cross back over here, we back up again to like here, stop, and then go forward. We're going to change back to red again. We'll go forward to another switch right here that has a loop and goes that way. And so we'll have a switch here too. It's a lot of backing up and going forward and backing up and going forward. I'm not really a fan of it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I need there to be a way to come in with blue, to come in, come over here, pick up, turn around, and leave. And I don't know how to do that with this plan. But I do like the idea of coming off of here and going out. Worst case scenario is we come out and we come back. We can get filled up. Maybe we go all the way back to this turnaround loop, turn around, and go all the way back up. Again, it's not very efficient, but I don't know. It might be worth it. First things first, though, let's pop over here. We'll teleport there. Let's jump back into the game and we're going to clean all this out. We're just going to delete it all. We'll come back over here and we'll start making this line. Alright, this is right where it dumped us. We want that switch, right? We want the switch? No, we don't want the switch. We're going to go ahead and demolish the switch. Bam, gone. We'll demolish that. We will tie this back in the way Toltree had it. Like so. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and remove all of this. Alright. And so this is this is the problem area I was talking about. So how do we get to this line right here, get loaded, turn around, and go that way? I don't know. But let's not fight that battle just yet. Let us... You know what, before we get too carried away here, let's go ahead and save it. Save back. Save game. Alright. So that was a little bit of a misclick there by me. Where is my line? There it is. And it looks like Tidmouth has this all nice and ready for a switch to be right here. So we will do the left switch and we'll change like that. I love that feature, being able to snap to the end of these switches. And so now this switch here will go that way. And we'll start climbing the side of this hill. Hopefully. If everything goes right. We need to hook up this line to there. Perfect. Okay. So now the fun begins. I'm actually kind of nervous about this. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've done any serious building. Let's get underway regardless. So we will do that. We'll do circle mode. Let's see how this goes. Is that going to be too much of a jostle? It seems like it's a really sharp bend. Maybe it'd be better if we put the switch down a little further. I think that's what we're going to do. Blow that away. We will add another switch right here. We will blow that switch away. And now we can kind of straighten it out a little bit before hitting this. If I know what I'm talking about here. We'll come something like that. Kind of like a double track feature. 100-meter. Yeah, I'm stuck. That's probably a little better, and then we can actually start climbing a little early too. I got a feeling this is going to be a pretty steep bit of track here. And we'll probably like a 2%. We can try that. I don't know if 2% is going to get us there. We can certainly try it. Okay, so I'm just up here scouting. I'm just ahead of my track here trying to figure out this terrain because it looks kind of strange on the Railroads Online extended map. Just trying to figure out where to go here, and I think maybe I'm too high or too low. I'm in some really uneven stuff here. So I really don't want to start all over again. I did get kind of far. And you can see my track is right here. So, I mean, I'm not horribly far. I'm not, very high up yet. But I'm high enough that I don't really want to start all over again. I'm thinking about aiming for that gap right there. I'll have to bridge these little bowls here. Maybe hook this mount side of the hill. Come right through here. And then I guess just anchor it to this rock wall. Staring at a map is one thing, but actually running the route and looking at it is a completely different thing. We're going to go up to this saddle area here and take a look. That used to be my best way of building, was to go where I need to be at and then kind of backtrack. So that's the sawmill there. Okay, I think, is that the canyon I'm staring at right there? Let me pop over to the map really quick, figure out where I am. Okay, so I am right here, this little blue dot. You can see that, I don't know if it updated. Yep, it did. There's my track. So this is where I kind of want to come through at. So my thought was just kind of follow this little black line. Kind of what I was aiming for, and this is that area that was getting all messed up. All those little big dips and bowls and everything. So it might be better just to kind of level out a little bit and kind of go this way, perhaps. And then start climbing up to this little black line right here. These are contour lines, so they should be like the same elevation all the way through. I'm way high where I am now. So, but yeah, I am looking at that canyon right in front of me. So let's pop back over the game. We'll run down here and take a look, and we might try to run back on this contour line to this point here, or somewhere, and come down. So let's do that. I really wish I could have both things being displayed at once and make it a little bit easier. So let's see, I want to be facing about right there. I think that's where we want to be coming across, right in front of us. So let's just run downhill here. I'm watching my little blue house looking thing on that tool, and according to the map, probably the best place to cross into this canyon is right up here. Yeah, right down here. So I was way too high, obviously. Let's see here. Oh, I was kind of hoping for some flat to cross, make some decent track through here, but it's all kind of undulating ground. Probably right through here. This looks to be about the lowest. We have the sawmill down there, smelter over here. Let's take a look at this canyon really quick. We'll come off right here. Wow, that's really steep. We'll come off right here and maybe cross, circle down just one spiral, and then go down that way, down through this canyon. Can't really see it very well from here. So, looking at my map, I'm going to hit that black contour line and just kind of stay on it. If I can. I might fall. It's going to be right here. I am right on that black contour line. I fell. It's right up here. Yeah. So our track is actually just right over here. We kind of want to go right across the top of this here. We should see our track really soon. We're going to have to span this little gap. on this side. Okay, where's my track? I'm pointed right at it. Of course, it's really hard to see through all these trees. There it is. Okay. So we actually want to go... Get out of your tree. I don't think we need to bend to the right. We need to just kind of stay straight right here. So we'll just demolish that. And demolish this. And we'll just kind of stay straight. I'm not a huge fan of just sky bridges like that, but I mean, I kind of nailed that perfectly, I gotta be honest. So, and this, I hope, was a 2%. I wasn't actually paying attention to the gradient. Now, I know that we need to go to the right just a little bit, so we will try to make that happen. Yeah, we're still at 2%. We'll just put a little anchor right here, where it's top of this little knoll. I'm going to cut down a tree right in front of me. Yeah, we kind of want to head that way. Maybe we'll hit the top of this hill, that little knoll there as well. Let's see here. See if we can do that. Not with 2%. We're going to hit it. Let's climb up there. Still got a hold of the bridge. Straighten it out. Might hit the side of it here. Put in another stone wall anchor. Gotta check it. Make sure that it's not like got big old gaps or something. That looks really cool, actually. I kind of like the way those stone walls go into the cliff sides like that. And then we're going to be aiming right there. So going to be pretty straight. And hopefully we can make it. I have my doubts about that one. Yeah. So, shoot. Let's run over there and see how much to the right or left we can go to maybe miss it. So let's see here. We go right there. That's a 150-meter radius. Does that look stupid? We go like right there. No, I don't think so. You know, I gotta say, before the spline update, when I was playing about a year ago, this right here would have taken me hours to get where I'm at right now. So the fact that I'm able to do this quickly, this quickly, is actually, I really enjoy it compared to what I was punished with, it seems like, from before. So, alright, well, now we need to go, we're pointing like way off to the right. We need to be pointing more that way. So we got this curve that's kind of getting us going the wrong direction. We need to really hook it back. And I don't want to put a big old sky bridge out here to do that, so it's going to be kind of a sharp curve. Now, maybe I should have sunk this one in a little more to the hillside. Let's do that. Let's try that and see what that's going to look like. 80 degree or 80 meter. I don't want to go too sharp because I don't want to risk derailing going from one direction to the other, big ol' S bend. But that might get us pointed, starting to point us in the right direction a little bit. And that's what I was talking about. That's what I wanted to avoid. Because if we just put that down, this looks like a big old sky bridge across here. Like, why couldn't we stick closer to this corner here, this edge here? We're almost to our level that we need to be at as well. It's actually not that high. I think we can kind of see it. Like, let me run up to where it shows on the map the same contour line we need to be at. Right here. Standing right on top of this contour line. It's actually not that bad. So I'm hesitant to go higher, like with a 3% grade, to try and clear this little hill back here, but maybe we should. You know, be able to come up like right there or something, be closer to this hillside. Maybe. That would of course be with this bridge. See, I nailed this one so good. Well, let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. See how much we can get out of it. Maybe we just have to have a sky bridge. Like, that's gonna happen. And we in real life, we'd blast a chunk out of this hillside right here using dynamite. But apparently, they won't let us do that in this game. Sad days. Okay, so we're going to lower it back down to 2% is what I believe we were at. Run it back over here, and at some point it should allow me to link, I'm hoping. Unless I have to get out of circle mode. Yeah, I'm thinking I got to get out of circle mode. It's probably the same as it was before. There. So, well, let's go take a look here. I mean, I'm thinking about coming down too, and we're going to be coming down at the rapid rate. I mean, it's not horrible. And I don't remember what the radius was on that. Let's go ahead and demolish it, take a look. It's probably about as sharp as I'd want it. Can we do 50? If we did 50, I'd like 60 better. Alright, so let's run over here and see where 60 is going to impact. Or get close to the hillside over here. Back up. I don't want to actually, like, perpendicular into the side of the mountain here. We're going to have to straighten out at some point, so plop it down right there. Run all the way back here, jump up on that bridge, and we'll come back the other way. Kind of run it alongside the hillside here. Whoa. Like that. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm trying to talk myself into it. Oh. And then we can do the stone wall foundations up the side here.
Few inches later.
Okay, so right where we're at now, we're kind of getting away from that black mark. This is the line right here that we kind of wanted to be at. And while this shows like we're right there, we're gonna be like right there, I kind of want to be above it. I want to be closer to this black line. So I'm thinking maybe we should bump it up a little bit more, like 2.5%, and we'll continue kind of following us around, but hopefully we get up to this level and at least be like right here on this line. So when we come hit this, all those undulated moguls in here we just kind of be over the top of them with some fill dirt or whatever, and we'll come through right here, and then that drops down really steep fast. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bump it up to like 2.5% and see if that gets us there. I kind of wanted to be up here, like in this area, so we're a little bit shallow. So we'll see if we can make it up. 2.5%. We're getting pretty steep. I know that, 6% is not uncommon, but I would like to try and keep it as shallow as I possibly can. Alright, let's do another rock wall here. Is that anchor? Because it looks like we gotta do another bridge. Probably could have turned it a little more. Let's look at this fill, make sure that our fill doesn't look all wonky and weird. Good, it doesn't. This is that little bit of a cliff face that I was falling down when I was coming back. So, what to do here? I'm thinking that we should curve it early because we're going to hit that like at a 90-degree angle. So, we're going to bring it over pretty steep. Let's look at 100. Let's run out here. I kind of want to just kiss it. Like, that is actually too steep. 100's too steep. So let's bring that over. That's probably too shallow. Yeah, we're burying into it, so it's kind of hard to see with all these trees. Try that. Uh-oh. I'm clicking, but I can't place it. I think it's too tall. I think this is the issue that I've been warned about so many times by Tidmouth and Dolan and Toltree. I guess I'm Toltree. I don't know if Toltree ever warned me about it. But anyway, where I can't place this bridge because it won't place in midair. So let us try the steel bridge. I gotta run all the way back over here because I let go of it. It's a little early for this in my build, I guess, but we need to be able to span this gap. I think it's 150 is what I think I saw it. Of course, I didn't look. Now that placed. And oh well, I mean, it's a steel bridge. It's a big gap. So, I love the fact that the wood deck is already on it. Now we can just straighten this out. I have no idea if I just buried that into the side of a hillside or not. I did. Maybe straight's not the right answer. We should give it a little bit of a... I kind of like it, though. Just not go so far, and then bend it some more. Right there. Bam. Does that look ridiculous? Let's see. No, it's not horrible. It's a very slight angle. But we got this big old hill right in front of us, so we're going to have to keep curving it around. Please, Link. Why do you not want to link? There we go. So the black line, the black contour line is right... Oh. The map is being a little slow to update. Right there. Whoop. I'm standing right on that black contour line. So I think we made it. And the saddle is like right here. So I think we're there. We just gotta get over there now. Let's see. No, it's right here. This right here is the what we're calling the saddle. There's apparently 2 saddles now. So we need to like bend it that way to the left real sharp here. And we're kind of facing the wrong way. We're facing to the right. We need to be that way. So it'd be real easy just to sky bridge this thing from over there, way off in the distance, straight across to this point here, and you'd be facing the right direction. So, oh well. Let's just bend it around here, see what we can make happen. Yeah, that right there would be perfect, except that would derail like everything. Let's go over here and see where we're at. We might get away with lowering the gradient as well. No, we're not going to get away with that. Because we are so far out, as you can see. We want to cross down here. So, this is a unique puzzle. Let's see what that looks like. Again, it's not horrible, but I kind of want to be over there. So let's just continue this on around. And we might have to go up a little bit more. And we might have to go up a lot more, but let's just see where we fall here. Ooh. We're actually on the other side of the saddle. Like, oh, but just barely. Let's see if we go up to 3.5. Will that clear? No. 4. Will that clear? No. 5%. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We need to be over here. This is lower elevation over here. So how do I get over here? I think I know, but I don't want to do it. That's the I'm worried about it being too sharp. If we do, like, I think what this is 60, I think I set it at. If we do something less than 60, like 40, I think we run the risk of derailment. That's 80. So let's do 50. And we'll lower it down to, let's do 3%. See where that gets us. I think that gets us there. I can't jump up there. Ah, darn it. Jump. Oh, darn it. I think now we can actually level off too. So we'll just do a rock wall. If I could link to that. Rock wall. We want to straighten out. Be totally straight. dead level. And do I want rock wall? No, I don't. I don't want to do rock wall across this entire thing. I just want to make a little anchor. Like, oh, like that. Then I want to do fill. Goodbye, tree. Go away. Go away. Thank you. Jump up there. There we go. Okay, so I want to do just normal fill here. Right about to there. So then I have to go through and log all this. It's flat up here at the top. It's a steep curve. It looks like it might be able to handle it. I think I've actually done a little... I think we have steeper. And it runs all the way down there. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to log this on my way back down. I'm going to check it for bad spots. I'll fix those. We'll jump in trial, and we will try this up to this point. In fact, just so I don't screw up, let's put a bumper. Where's my bumper? Bumper, 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 bumper. Oh, there it is. Put a bumper like that, kind of just hanging off there, just in case I go too fast. So, oh, and while I'm thinking about it, would be a good spot for a telegraph office. Sure. I have a telegraph office in here. We can teleport here pretty quick. I'll get the logging and inspection.
A few moments later.
Alright, here we are in trial. We're thundering along here. Coming into the logging camp. I got all the switches set correctly to head on our new line that heads up and up over the mountain here. So let's see how it does. Obviously, trial is strong enough to pull a couple of empty skeleton cars up at 2%. That's not what we're testing. Testing to see if the cars will not derail. And I'm testing to see what it looks like, you know, thundering through on track. It always looks a little different when you're actually in a train than when you're building. Alright, so here we go. Start climbing almost immediately. 2% here. Kind of a sharp curve. Hooks back the other way really sharp as well. Train is handling it just fine. Getting really close to this rock face right here. Plenty of clearance on these skeleton cars anyway. This is all 2.5% at this point. Actually got off the regulator because we level off here, and then that's the end of the line. course, I needed to test that at kind of full speed, but don't really want to wreck my choo-choo train. Hopefully we stop before we actually hit that. Yeah, we got it. Well, the train did survive. It is up here. It took no time at all to thunder up here, empty with some skeleton cars. So, yeah. I couldn't be happier. It just, it takes a while to build some track. You know, and I know that. I've known that for a long time. So, well, anyway, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. We're going to get down to the smelter in the next episode. At least I hope it's going to be the next episode. Who knows what the guys have in store for me. And speaking of them, if you would like to join me in this world, in the Accidental Death and Dismemberment Railroad, please consider joining our Discord, link in the description. And you're more than welcome to come and hang out, you know, maybe do some shenanigans, maybe help build, drive trains, whatever you want to do. If you just want to come join Discord and be a part of the conversation, that's fine too. So, anyway, with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.